was not accepting Namrud, and Namrud went and tried to burn him, and Allah saved him. Sayyidna Nuh alayhi salam, Allah saved him by building the boat. Sayyidna Musa, Allah saved him from Fir'aun who was going to kill him. So anyone who goes for good and want to be good, he will face a lot of obstacles. Either you overcome these obstacles and say, I want to be a good leadership. To overcome the obstacles, you cannot surrender to obstacles. You cannot surrender to enemies. You have to go all the way, and Allah will support you at the end. Prophet ﷺ said, I am the one that has been mostly between all prophets. And he is the seals of messenger, and he says, I am the one that been tested most, been abused most, been hated most, from my tribe, from my family. But what he did, he said, if they put the sun in my right and the moon in my left, I'm not stopping. So yes, leadership is going to find a difficult, those who wants to follow that way, they will find. After 1 year came truth. 2001, September 9/11, came, what I said came correct. Because I didn't say it from my mind, from my own prediction or imagination. I said it from a reality, from the one that he told me what's going to happen. And he said that they are preparing to make a threat on United States, terrorists. And they have no connection with the United States. Leadership training in United States. Not? You know that? Yeah. They're doing good work. But do we say the truth, or we say not, or we try to hide the truth? If we say the truth, they might be upset with us. They bring them all the way to the United States, but unfortunately, they take them to places where people are not truthfully says what is in their hearts. So this leadership will not get the real picture. This new generation of leadership cannot get the real picture. So we need. And what are the good manners? Good manners, they never end. Every day you face a problem, you have to tackle it from a good manner. So Prophet ﷺ is teaching us what is the good manner. And who is one of the people who been taught by Prophet ﷺ about good manner is Sayyidna Abu Huraira. Prophet said to him, Ya Abu Huraira, alayka bihusn al-khuluq. Oh Abu Huraira, you have to have the good manners. He said, وَمَا هُوَ أَحْسَنُ الْخُلُقِ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. He said, what is the best of manners, Ya Rasulullah? And he gave him 3 points. And let us check ourselves. Do we have these points? Then you will be a style that they call it in a Western way, interfaith or intrafaith. It is in the hadith of Prophet 1400 years ago. أن تصل من قطعك. Connect with the one who disconnect with you. I connect with the Christian, I connect with the Jewish community, I connect with the Hindu community, Buddhist community, Zenist community, Zoroastrian community, Baha'i community. Every community, you as a human being, you need to connect with them. Not to say, oh, I am separate and they are separate. Then your child might be hurt, and then you'll be sad. So Prophet ﷺ was looking for future. He said, "Antasila man qata'ak." Connect with the one who disconnect with you. Make an interface discussion. Make an intra-faith discussion. Make a political discussion based on respect the other. That's how they build countries. Or else you are going to face the same what the other leadership, tyrant leadership has been facing. Then Abu Sufyan was biggest enemy for Prophet. He said, anyone enter his house is safe. Anyone enter their homes are safe. I'm not coming here to kill and revenge. I'm coming to make Hajj. So, and ta'fu amman zalamak, to forgive to the one who oppressed you. Today, how many, every day you are oppressed. In many ways, people they feel they are oppressed. So the leadership in communities there are courses teach us how to forgive. It's not simple. Prophet ﷺ showed us the best example when he forgave the people of Makkah when he entered Makkah. Today when they enter the city in wars, or they go and massacre people. They don't care. The third one, أن تعطي من حرمك. To give to the one that he prohibited you. Leadership is someone that he has to always forgive. You cannot be a leader and you are not forgiving. When you forgive, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throw more in your heart. And the hadith I was mentioning today, إذا أحب الله عبدا جعل له واعظا من قلبه. A good leadership is when he makes Allah to be happy with him. And if Allah gets happy with someone, he will make in his heart someone sitting there to guide him. Without running to study books. Without running to go to university even. That doesn't mean you must not go to university, you have to go and study. But even Allah will make your heart a university. جعل الله له واعظا من قلبه. Allah will make for him someone who will guide him internally from his heart. That's leadership. It's not giving sit and give a lecture. The teacher in the school, he gives you a lecture. If you're studying physics or chemistry or medicine, but at the end what he will tell you? What he will tell you? Go and have 3 hours lab every week. Laboratory. To have an experience of what the theories had, you have to make a lab. Doctors cannot be doctors, what you say, practicing medicine if they don't go for 3 years or 5 years specialty or residency. And many doctors I know, they say everything we learn in theory we don't remember it. Everything that we did in residency, that's what's important for us. So means residency means how to interact with the patient, how you interact with the diseases, how you might cure a patient with one nice word. He will cure. If he's depressed, you cure him. Prophet ﷺ said, إدخال السرور إلى قلب العبد من الإيمان. To make sure to bring happiness or smile. Don't say this will fast or doesn't fast. Allah knows best. It's not your business. Your business is to build relationship. This is how good leaders. I was giving a lecture in Temenos Academy in England, which is an academy of Prince Charles. And the title was about spirituality is the way of life. It was like 50 pages paper I prepared. Like, it's going to be a life like the life that happened previously. In Stone Age, they are happy if they have a what you call the hammer from stone. That one who has hammer from stone, he think himself he is the president. He is the head of the community. He's happy. He has hammer from stone. You see the hammer came. Similarly, in the years after, first before I received that, the academy asked for a copy of because we taped it, a copy of the lecture. We found out later that they gave it to Prince Charles. He saw it. He sent an invitation. The point of saying this is because to say leadership is someone to be loved. The leader, the person who is going to lead the ummah, to lead his people, to lead his community, has to be loved from them. So he was telling me that he loves spirituality, and he is al-iman, is faith. They don't touch on that because they see the first one is the one that has to be implemented at the beginning. But always it's a beginning with Muslims. There is no progression up. Second is iman. Third is spirituality, is ihsan. أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. Prophet, when Jibril asked him, وَمَا الْإِحْسَانِ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ, what's about the moral excellence? He said, as if to worship Allah as if you are seeing Him. He agreed. And we did the first Muslim conference with participation of Prince Charles in England. First time with a Muslim community. But we did not exclude We didn't bring only one group of the Muslim community. We brought every domination, every different groups in their aqidas, and we brought Jewish community leadership and Christian leadership in order to show that spirituality can govern everyone. So we hope that the new leadership of Muslims, leadership in this time now, the new ones, the young ones that they are coming into becoming leader, to know that these are the three principles I mentioned them at the beginning, and تصل من قطعك, to connect with the one who disconnect with you, and تعفو عمن ظلمك, to forgive the one that who oppressed you, وأن تعطي من حرمك, to give the one that he did not give to you. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you. I think we have some good 40-odd minutes for Q&A. Can I open the floor?
You see, they are Sufis. They don't have questions.
Yeah, that's they did have.
You see, I told you.
Please, Shabir.
A very specific question. Yeah, sure. My name is Shabir, music composer.
Music composer. That's good.
Recording studio and music production studio and so on. I'm also a music entrepreneur. So basically my life revolves around music, and I've got a lot of controversial, contradictory, complicated comments about music consumption, music distribution, music production, and music creation. And I'm sure more than 7% of us in this room listen to music, including the men sitting beside me.
Their voices like our voices. Their voices is melodious voices. Like Sayyidna Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, one of the Sahaba of Prophet, was standing in the alley or in the souk, market, and reciting Quran in a very melodious way. And Prophet ﷺ coming, passing, hearing him, so he approaches without anyone being able to see him, and standing listening to Abu Musa al-Ash'ari's melodious voice. That Prophet was coming to his house, entered and found Sayyidah Aisha sitting with two girls, ladies, and they were singing, and they were using musical instrument. It didn't say drums, it said musical instrument. So Prophet passed from them, but turned his face and went to the other and said, stop, don't stop them, leave them alone. So that will be enough for the time being to give you an idea about that music is not being prohibited as they are mentioning. And for example, modern example, when we used to do qasa'id with drums, they used to say, this drum is not the size the drum on time of Prophet, so you cannot play with it. They have to give you the dimensions that you can play with in order that they might allow it. But subhanallah, in this last 10 years, all Muslims now in their cars or homes, they are listening to Islamic music. Egypt, he told him, this is the evidence, this is the evidence, this is the evidence. He said, no. I know, I was there. He said, no, I will not change. I do drums. Now he does all kind of music. Because Sami Yusuf, what's called, Sami Yusuf came, the other one came, Abdul Shakur came. It's competition. So, yalla, we do music. So do what you do. Is not what we do. Is how we build bridges with the different communities. If you want to build it through music, build it. You will attract them. And when you attract them, they might come into Islam.
Next question, please. Please, Dr. Hamid.
Doctor, I'm afraid now.
I'm a medical doctor here in Singapore, so when you agree with the fact you said about 5 years of theory that I studied, forgot it all, and it's really during residency that I actually remembered things, so I agree with you on that. Just to touch on the point that you mentioned in your lecture regarding how a leader should look at conflict.
I read one article that there are at least 1 trillion cells in the human body, and every 6 months these cells rejuvenate. New one comes, the old one goes, and every cell is like a country by itself, or a battalion, army barricade. It has defensive system, offensive system, soldiers to throw away fight the sickness. So it is like a huge web of bees working inside it. Is correct? They remember, it means they are doing zikr. When they are working, their tongue is moving with zikrullah. When they are sitting, their tongue is moving with zikrullah. When they are sleeping, laying down, their tongue is zikrullah. Those people begin to create in themselves a heart that meditate, that has tafakkur, that begin to think about what I am and how I can perfect myself. As soon as zikrullah becomes stronger and stronger, and daily, the heart begins to fit. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Musta'an. You can take one and do from it 100 times or 200 times or whatever. This will purify you from the dirtiness that this dunya throw in your heart daily. So you are cleaning your heart day after day, until sometime will come, you will have these kind of inspirations. Allah said, فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. Allah inspired the self, what is good, what is bad. I was counting how many bad characteristics we have. Too many, but the main one are 17. Yeah. Wa alaikum assalam.
I had a question with regards to the Center of Spirituality and Culture that you have opened in 2010 in UK. There's been immense work being done in UK in those regions. With your travels in Southeast Asia, what are your thoughts and opinions on what the opportunities, apart from the challenges that we face, what are the opportunities that we see in this region? For such a grounding, for such a platform, such as the one you've opened in UK.
No, we opened it in UK because we have in the university. Okay. So this shares doesn't have any more money. So they are more on the money for not only Sharia or yeah. So that's the problem. So we found that there is a thirst to teach tasawwuf, and this thirst can be established in the UK because it's easier, more Arab people, more non-Arab also. You can find them all in one place, more than America. America doesn't have the taste of spirituality there because Islam came with the student in the 60s from the Gulf area. So their aqidah is. In our organization in America, since I began till now, we have around 40,000 converts. So that's in one organization because it's based on spirituality. When I was in America, 1990, I saw the Western people, non-Muslim, going mostly to the Hindu shrines and the Buddhist shrine because they lack spirituality, and these shrines, they have a lot of spirituality. They teach spirituality. So they go there. So we begin to think to open Baha'u'ddin Naqshband, big center for spirituality that been 1,000 years ago. Still today existing. For sure in India, a lot of schools and those who build it up, their shrine is there. Their graves are there. And in India, in Pakistan, in this region, you have here Habib Nuh, you have Malaysia, you have some, Indonesia, you have the 9 saints. So I went into Indonesia in many different areas. Most of them, their background is spirituality. So no, there is, but the money that comes and the books that comes and the finance that comes is
brothers and sisters, not as ourselves. How can we influence?
Yeah.
I want you to do that. Yeah, please go ahead.
Basically, what I wanted to know is
slowly.
In Islam's been around for centuries, and there was a period of time where Islam was a beacon for science, commerce, politics, for many aspects of life. But these days, in modern times, somehow our community has kind of receded in the background. For example, take the youth today do not necessarily identify with the religion. They get very astray looking at the Western side of things. What can we do better, or what are we doing wrong, and what can we do better as a brother and sister of Islam?
Your question is a very good question. What we can do is to go back to our origin. And our origin is a situation. The problem is that we don't want to go back. We want to go along with the Western style life. Change, then the whole community will change. But if the leader is also looking for Western civilization, and let us say the truth, all of us looking for Western civilization, why we have to hide behind our fingers? So that's why it's our duty. Are we on haq or batil? This is it. Are we on haq or batil? As Muslim, are we on haq or batil? I need an answer. We are on haq. Then why we are losing? If we are on haq, when Sayyidna Umar asked Sayyidna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, are we on haq? He said, yes, we are on haq. He went up and called azan.
There's a different interpretation. Now some says we can't have knowledge or we can't do the program. How do you know which is the right one to follow or we follow it? Some says no knowledge.
Why you touched on the Mawlid?
Sorry?
No, it's quite common here to have the I don't think it's quite specific. The differences are quite practical.
No, never mind. It's good that she mentioned it. Why you touched on the Mawlid?
Because we had just now, and I was just reflecting, some people do not like the Mawlid, whereas my family do practice the Mawlid very much. So I was just having that back on my
You have to go to, as you said, they confused us now. want to go straight, they say bid'ah. You go back, they say shirk. You go right, they say haram. You go left, they say kufr. What to do?
Stay still.
Stay still. Cannot move anymore. No way. They confuse people. So in that time, when they confuse people, use your instinct. Use your mind. God gave you enough mind. That small chip that he put. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Muhammad I've been actually had this thought all the way when I'm sitting out with my friends and all. Okay, currently we are living in a context where both husband and wife have to work. So the moment we end up working, we become career-minded, both parties, because of a lot of opportunities being open at workplace. And then comes the part where we neglect procreation. So I was just
They're not making enough babies. They're not making enough babies.
So I was just wondering, when we start to go into family planning, that means I don't have kids right now because of my career progression and so on, will it be considered un-Islamic?
Child, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave a rizq. He wrote all the rizq for everyone from the time that He knows. We don't know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave everyone his rizq. So if you feel that you need it, someone wants to build a family, let him build a family, not to think about I have one or I have two, I have work, I have no work. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide. This subject is very, because it touch on Allah greatness, so it's very sensitive for someone to me to speak about and say, no, don't bring children. No, I say the opposite. Bring as much as you can and Allah will send more to you.
Where they are going to, and if such so-called hard form of preaching comes all often, I'm afraid we may lose some of this youth to go astray. So I'm just looking at the Islamic leaders. Do they need to re-look at how do they propagate Islam? In the various areas, obviously Jummah is one such avenue. Your thoughts, please.
If I say something, they will say, oh, this sheikh is liberal. Next time I will be on the Facebook.
That's why this is a private event. So there's no such threat. It's a closed door event anyway. Yeah.
With my respect to scholars, many of them been deprived from a good life. So he wants everyone to feel the depression that he is feeling. But now they are bringing them from the West, teaching them in the West about Islam and telling them to go and teach around. That it is changing. It is changing. One person came to me and he said, we want to Americanize Islam, so we want your help. I said, oh, my help? Okay. I will tell you that we want to Islamize America. Because Islam takes everything in it. Accept everything. So Islam is perfect moon. There is no more perfect more than what the moon on the situation that still our belief are our belief. We don't change it. And teach people what is. If they ask me, when in our centers in America, we have a policy that we don't teach Islam. We teach spirituality. When they are advanced in spirituality and they are strong, we send them to the centers that teach you everything. to the mosque because they will not change. We know now we build them up. Like for an example, in New York we have a center, upstate New York, and some Jewish people were coming, attending. They stayed like that. I left them like 9 months, not telling them anything about Islam, until they come and they say, Sheikh, we know now the reality. You are Muslim.
And you go, oops.
And then they say, we want to be Muslim, real Muslim. They took Shahada another time. They still live in New York, upstate New York. So we build people on spirituality. This is where it changed them, because they go to, as I said, they go to Hindu shrines or Buddhist shrines because they found there some kind of spirituality. They like it. So this is what we achieve, and then they go to.
They ask me questions like, can we come to your mosque? Are we allowed to come to your mosque? I thought, yeah, sure, you are allowed to come to your mosque. Sometimes I think, why they ask these questions? I think the kind of faith that they are familiar with, as far as Islam is concerned, the faith that we show them, I think it lacks something. It lacks, sorry to say this, but I think the truth is what I feel, so I'm saying this. It lacks a friendly face, it lacks a loving face. There's a lot of revolution in the Islamic world today. So many revolutions in the name of so many, whether it's committed by a Muslim or not Muslim. A murder is a murder, If someone bombs and someone gets killed, if an 8-year-old child dies, it's a bad thing for me. It doesn't matter who does it. And it really doesn't matter how it's justified. A man being cut and hacked in the middle of the road, to me, is a crime. Independent of whether he says, Muslim women are being killed, so I kill you. To me, not by any scholarly standards, but my own sense of morality tells me that this is wrong and this is not Islamic. But this is the voice that's being heard. You see, this is the voice that I hear on the YouTube. This is the voice that comes on CNN. This is the voice that represents a lot of us who feel that this is wrong. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. See, it's all nice to sit down and talk about bringing people to Islam. That's one level. But I think there is something that's happening within the Islamic that really needs to be addressed.
At a younger age. So we are losing our behaviors and characters. The most important is love. Prophet ﷺ, when the Bedouin came to him, Bedouin from desert, you know what is Bedouin from desert means? Ajlaf, rude. He entered the masjid and Prophet on the Jum'ah speaking, and he closed the door of the masjid and he said, when is the, Ya Muhammad, like that, not Ya Rasulullah, nothing. Ya Muhammad, when is the day of judgment? He jumped all the way to the day of judgment. When, not what we shall do. When is the day of judgment? And Prophet said, what you have prepared for that is a long travel to that. What you are doing for the community, what you are doing something, tell me, to face that day. He said, Ya Sayyidi, Ya Muhammad, لا من كثرة صلاة ولا من كثرة صيام. Not of too much of prayers, not of too much of fasting. بل محبتك يا رسول الله. But I love you. And he looked at him and he said, that's enough. Go. That's what save you. Enough. Show love is the core of worshipness. But we don't have it. The Bedouin who is rude in the desert has love in his heart to Prophet ﷺ, to Allah. When you have love to Prophet and to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will see the whole ummah become straightforward. But we don't have, we lost it. What we love today, how much we have in the bank. How much we are preparing for our retirement. How much is this? How much we are planning to do this? How much we are okay, that's no problem. But are you saying how much I am planning to do for Akhirah? If we believe in a life after this life, what we homeless for his sake, that it will keep written for you in the, even if you are in the grave. Even you are not doing it anymore, you did one time, that's enough. It's repeatedly going to be. علم ينتفع به. Second, knowledge that people will benefit after you from it. And third, ولد صالح يدعو له. A pious son that you leave behind that pray for you. Allah will reward you in the grave. And I will mention the other hadith and I will stop. In the day of judgment is an authentic hadith from Muslim. I don't know how many people, scholars, they don't mention this hadith. Allah will call three group of people. Yani three different beliefs of people. First, the martyrs. He bring the martyr to judge him. And he would say to him, what you were doing? I am martyr, Ya Rabbi. Shaheed. And Allah shows him his favors. He said, this is the favors that I give to Shaheed. What you have done to achieve that. He said, I killed myself for your sake. He said, you killed yourself for my, I gave to this masjid, I gave to this one, I gave to, he said, no, you gave for people to say you are generous. You didn't do it for me. Oh, my angels, take him to hellfire. So this is the type that today we are living in. Love is gone. Love is not anymore there. If we bring back love, you know love in Arabic, what is it? Hub. It is of two letters, Ha and Ba. Ha, letter Ha represent Hayat, life. Ba
I wish we still had more time, but I think it was a very insightful deliberation. Shaykh, I want to thank you for his kind presence and sharing